For many beginners, reading music can feel overwhelming, but confidence starts before the staff ever appears. In this video, Dr. Sara Ernst shares simple, effective strategies to build strong pre-staff reading skills, helping students connect sound, symbol, and motion from the very first lesson. Before introducing any notation, it's important to understand how pianists actually read.
A definite truth about reading is that good readers do not read note to note or beat to beat. Good readers see patterns, they see shapes, they see form, they see repetition. But at the same time, they do know every note on the page. They do know every beat. And so it's this idea that the staff is a whole, right? There are these big, large elements that we can see about notation. But then at the same time, it is all these little tiny pieces. And our students need both elements of skill to see the large whole and the tiny pieces that make up that whole.
Imagine looking at a page of music where everything is blurred and garbled. The notes hard to trace, the lines almost melting together. That's how reading can feel to a beginner when they only see fragments instead of the full picture. Our goal as teachers is to make music look and feel clear, to help students see the whole, not just the pieces. When reading feels effortless, students play with confidence, independence, and joy.
There are generally 5 aspects of reading that I consider before introducing the staff. The development of the ear, the hand and finger, the keyboard, the alphabet, and basic patterns, seeing them on the page. Some of the detailed objectives or concepts that we have within all 5 of those aspects is the idea of high and low, right and left, going lower to the left and higher to the right, getting the key names mapped on the keyboard, and then even more advanced concepts like step and skip or second and third, and of course repeated notes. These basic concepts can really be applied to all the different aspects. Can we hear high and low, higher and lower in the ear? Can we apply that to the alphabet? Can we apply that to the hand? So on and so forth.
There are basically 4 types of pre-staff notation. 1 is pictorial, which really lacks any traditional symbols. Directional. There's also by finger number and note name. And then there's the partial staff, which may have fewer than 5 lines. Now, let's see how these 4 types of pre-staff notation can be used in the lesson with these examples from Dr. Sara Ernst, starting with a fun musical alphabet activity.
Okay, Lydia, we're going to do some work with the musical alphabet. Pick a card, any card. Excellent. Lay that out in front of you. Now we're going to go up in the alphabet by seconds. Okay, so here's your cards. And figure that out going up by seconds. What letter's next? Good. Now this helps Lydia get really fast in her alphabet. It helps reinforce that after G is the letter A. Of course, starting from E is more difficult. So with beginning students, you can start with the letter A or even the letter C, which are more simple. Now, would you chant those going up while you point to them?
E, F, G, A, B, C, D.
Now what comes next?
E.
We start over. Very good. Okay, now this time I want you to go down the musical alphabet, starting by G, and you're going to go down by seconds. So next, Lydia and I are going to show you finger wigglers and the mystery finger. All right, now Lydia, what do you see on this card?
2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 4, 4, 4.
Would you put your right hand up on the keyboard? And would you wiggle those fingers? Use a nice piano hand shape while you do that, and say them as you wiggle.
2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4,
Right.
4, 4, 4.
Very good. Yeah, so this is an easy form of finger wiggler where it's just reinforcing number to the mind. The finger wiggler can get a little bit more complicated as they get good with their fingers. Why don't you do this as both hands at the same time?
2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5.
All right, now Lydia, what's the new challenge with this one? Look at those numbers. What intervals are those?
Thirds.
They're thirds, so show how that would sound and look. Why don't you do it with both hands?
3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4. 1, 3, 1, 3.
Very good. I'm having her say the finger numbers because, again, that's going to strengthen her connection from mind to finger if she's saying them aloud. Pattern-based learning is really easy to start with from the very beginning. So the first pattern cards that I begin with are these simple cards. Notes going up, notes going down, low repeated notes, and high repeated notes. So Lydia, would you take those and lay them out in any order you wish? Would you use your right hand, fingers 2, 3, 4? Now I'm going to ask her to develop her musical memory a little bit. Would you cover up 2 of those? There you go. Now I've got some other, a little bit more complicated patterns that combine up and down on them. So Lydia, would you take this one, replace one of your cards with that one? And I also have this one that's down with a repeated note. And would you replace that one? Why don't you flip over the other ones too so that we can see the whole picture? And why don't you do it this time on 3 black keys? So through this activity, she's showing her ability to read directionally, just seeing notes going up and down and corresponding those to her hands. The next step in her reading progression is then to place those similar patterns on a partial staff so that she can get accustomed to seeing those same notes going up on a line, space, line notation. And I've got notes going down on that same partial staff. And then I've got a couple sets of repeated notes. I like 3 note flashes because it's very easy to get a pattern with them. You can also extend these to 4 and 5 note patterns if you wish as well too. Oh, that looks very nice. Now, what note would you like to begin from? You're going to begin from C. All right. That has a very nice ring to it. Now, the next patterns that I have are just also on the partial staff, but extended with greater variety. So I'll just flip through these quickly. So notes going up on that first one, kind of a zigzag up and down, another zigzag, notes going down, notes going down higher up. Right, so there's a lot more variety in these, and I wouldn't necessarily have them chain them together in a random order. We might do these with a different kind of purpose. So I'm going to give Lydia this one. Would you play starting from the letter F? And would you do that again and say the letter names while you do it? Good. With your left hand, would you do that one starting from the letter G? Lydia is advanced, so she was easily able to pick which finger number to start from. For our earlier student, I might tell them, okay, start from finger number 4 in the left hand. Pick a letter, any letter. Very good. Increasing in complexity would be these next cards, which show also some thirds or skips on them. And again, I might not chain these together with kind of a random quality. I might just have them do them as a flash. Memorize it and play it anywhere you want. Having her memorize it is another kind of quick tool to help her think and process like a pattern rather than note by note. All right, Lydia, now memorize this one and play it as a pattern. Excellent.
If you're looking for more ways to build strong foundations and creative early lessons, the beginner course from Piano Inspires dives even deeper into these strategies. Whether you're new to teaching or refining your approach, the beginner course from Piano Inspires will help you transform the way you guide young pianists. With 23 sessions and over 36 hours of expert instruction, you'll learn from leading voices in piano pedagogy, including Sara Ernst, Scott Price, Leslie McAllister, and more. Choose your own path Whether it's our self-guided, learn at your own pace course, or our facilitated version, connect with peers and mentors for deeper engagement. Visit pianoinspires.com/courses to enroll today and use code SOCIALMEDIA for 20% off the beginner course. Inspire confidence, spark creativity, and build strong beginnings for your students starting today. When students understand direction, pattern, and movement before the staff, reading becomes natural once notation appears. Our goal is to make music look and feel clear, to help students see the whole, not just the pieces. When reading feels effortless, students play with confidence, independence, and joy. Which of these activities was your favorite? Let us know in the comments which one you'll try in your next lesson. Don't forget to subscribe. Our next video will explore creative approaches to teaching grand staff reading.